Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so let's talk about it. What is happening? So you come over with Haji Karima and we have some tea or some coffee, right? And they're highly caffeinated, or even your caffeinated drinks. And we're sitting there chatting and talking. We're relaxed, laughing, and we start drinking. The same exact thing that happens to you, or that happened to me when I saw the dog, is the same exact thing that's happening right now when I'm drinking my coffee, my tea, and my energy drink. Okay? And when I lived in the States and I was working as a nurse, I used to do the Starbucks, I think is what they call it. And I drank Starbucks every single day, twice a day, and I did the cold coffee that had 3 shots. I started off with 1 shot. By the time I finished working, I had 3 or 4 shots of, what do they call it? Yes, I got it. 3 or 4 shots of espressos. And this was iced coffee, so I don't have to sip it. Sometimes I would, and I'm saying this was probably like a 12-ounce cup, or a 16-ounce cup. It was a 16-ounce cup, sorry. I started at 12 ounce, graduated to 16 ounce. Even my coworkers used to talk about this though. And I would be wired, man. And I would get in my car, and sometimes I would drink it. Now, mind you, it's full of, brown sugar. I would get in my car, and then sometimes, because I wanted to act like I was natural, I would use maybe 15 packs of Splenda, right, 15. So my children used to joke about that. And so I get in my car, and I might drink that even before I got to the job, okay? So, we're sitting there, I'm at work, or I'm sitting with friends, and my body is now secreting this hormone, adrenaline hormone, going into my bloodstream. Here I have an increased heart rate. Heart is beating fast, my blood pressure is up, pulse is beating. I have, just blood pumping everywhere. I'm breathing heavy, and they call it a little bit shallow, heavy breathing, right? And glucose is being released. Now, some people say, well, that's a good thing. Well, it would be a good thing if I'm in the proper situation. But the body's response, this adrenaline response, is only meant for danger. It is only meant for high stressful situations. It is only meant for startled things, when you're in the startled situation. It is not meant to be happening on a daily basis, several times a day. So I have this happening at a time that I'm at rest. A resting heart rate should be at what? Between 60, really between 60 and 70, but they'll say between 60 and 100, but 100, like they would tell us in the ER, above 80 is high. Your heart should not be beating like that, okay? Athletes, when they come in, they have 50, 55, some of them can even have 40 at rest, meaning they have some good hearts because they are really working that heart out. I had a classroom of students that I checked their heart rate and blood pressure, and at rest, every last one of them were 95 to 103. And when they looked at me, they said, oh, teacher, wait, your heart rate is 61. Is something wrong? And I said, no, it's nothing wrong. This is the heart rate at rest. It shouldn't be working so hard when you're not doing anything. So our heart is doing that. Now we're sitting at the computer, or we're talking to each other, we're relaxing, and we're shallow breathing, blowing off CO2, but we're inside the house with no oxygen. Chemicals in the paint and everywhere. And so we're not even taking in oxygen. We have that mechanism going. And what about glucose? We're secreting glucose. We're making insulin be secreted because we're secreting glucose for what? What energy? What happens to glucose when we no longer use it as energy? It gets stored as glycogen in the liver as fat. So we wonder why we're just gaining more and more weight, and we say, well, I don't eat that much. Well, this is what's happening. So we actually have a mechanism that's going on several times a day for no reason at all. And that is causing damage to our body. Please, brothers and sisters, look at this, do more research into it if you don't believe me, and take the time to leave off these things, these unnatural adrenaline drinks, and start drinking things like ginger, probiotics, ginger, lemon leaves, natural grown green tea leaves, not something in the box that has chemicals all over it. Fresh mint. This is what I drink now. And I use my own body to make energy by doing high intensity interval training for 15 minutes. So I make my own energy. And literally, it's a lot more, far more lasting and a lot better for my body. Okay? If you have any questions, do not hesitate to send me a message or post comments below in the comment section. Shukran, barakallahu fikum, wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum.